Let's see if we can get this up on the old monitor here. Sausage links, eggs. Oh, no, we're doing sausage links. We got bacon today, kids. We got bacon. Through the magic of the delay of the internet. Get me some fucking Starlink, dude. God damn, garbage. So live, fuck it. We'll just get going. 5-minute delay. No, I haven't cleaned the coffee pot yet. Everything's filthy and disgusting. Fine. That's how the world works. That's how the sausage gets made. Good times. This is my coffee ritual. I give it the old purple towel rub down. I don't even know why I do this. I just feel like it's a thing. I feel like beneficial to the final product based on moisture from yesterday not being what I want in today's coffee. See how that works? Let's get a filter up. Oh man, what am I talking about today? I have no idea. I'm sure something happened this week. I just don't know what it was. One second, I gotta grab this real fast. Yeah, I was gonna post a video real quick of for today's video, and I uploaded it, and I realized I never hit publish. So, but then I realized it was a live stream, so I don't really know how I would do that. How would I start? How would I? Yeah. Publish a video while I'm live streaming. I guess I could do it from the tablet. Anyways, I spent yesterday fixing things that are hard to fix. Fixing things that I've tried to attempt to fix in the past. I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that. That's too hard. So like years and years ago, a decision was made that the old skid loader trailer, which was, it was like, that thing's done or something has to be done to it. So I took it myself years ago to like rehab the thing because like it was a well-used, 40 years old or more. Been through at least one bad traffic wreck where the vehicle got flipped upside down and the trailer got, I don't know, impression that when that accident happened, because someone had borrowed it, I was under the impression that when that happened that the person's insurance like covered the repair, but then I was told no. Just gave it back. Any whoosies. It got a little messed up in the accident, but like only messed up enough where like, oh, that's messed up, but like it still went down the road and it still pulled and everything was still attached. So, whatever. I mean, there's a few loose items, if you will. Like the fender brackets were broken on there. Hold on a second. Take you over here. You look at my potatoes. I'm gonna grab some water real fast. Like the fender brackets were snapped and like the stuff got torn off one of the ramps, which caused the continuation of being used for the ramps to warp, and like there was rips in the fenders and there was some other things. It just kind of sucked. I think once before I'd rewired it, you know, put new lights in. I remember that like one time so like that trailer's got 2 axles, and the way trailer axles go is like they kind of do one of these off a pivot point. They got some shocks or whatever, springs. And like one day, this was years ago, like 20, 30 years ago, like we're getting ready to use the trailer. I look down, like the suspension like dangling. It's like, oh no, the suspension's broken. I remember Boss Man was like, oh goddamn, it was broke. Like he was pissed. I was like, well, we could just fix the trailer. You know, it looks like a bolt broke. We should just go to the guy who sells trailer bolts and like buy a trailer bolt, and then we'll just put the trailer. Actually, you go buy 4 trailer bolts and put all 4 of them, or however many it was. So we fixed it. It's like, yay. Then, oh, the trailer lights don't work. And I was like, well, we can just fix the trailer lights. We can buy new trailer lights, put it on there. So I did that once, rewired the thing. You know, That's fine. And then fast forward to like, you know, a few years ago when I was like, got myself a kit from Harbor Freight that does fender work, and I put all the dents out the best I could, and like tried to bring the cracked fender seams back together, and I re-welded those the best I could, and re-welded the broken mounts and all that shit, and like beat, because it's like a heavy expanded metal diamond lath deck, you know, beat all those back to where they were cracked, try to weld them. The one ramp was pretty bad. It's pretty tore up, and it had been drove over. So like, if you imagine, if this is the trailer that you park on, here's the ramp, and you fold the ramp down, right? And get this, right? So over the years, the ramp kind of did one of these things, kind of tacoed out a little bit like that. The ramp up, it like really shot forward. So yesterday I did the old after. My plan. We'll use the food we're cooking with as a diagram of how I was planning on this. This will be my ramp because it's bent. See how I got a bent ramp? So my plan was to go in the forest and find trees that were exactly far enough apart so I could take them and set them against the trees. And then I was going to find the third tree just close enough where I could put a 20-ton bottle jack right there. Jack the ramp that way, take the bend out. That was my plan, right? So I figured, well, it'll bend back. Unfortunately, Mother Nature did not plant trees in my yard close enough. I could do that. I came close. I found 3 trees, 2 that could hold the ramp, but the third tree was offset, and it was too, like, I would have had to have gotten a bit, like, oh man, it was going to be challenging. And then I just realized how insane that was, because I was like, probably easier to just chop the goddamn thing and just re-weld it. Just take the taco, chop it, and then put weld in there, like, best of luck to everyone, you know, like, that's what I did. Got the old bandsaw out. How's the coffee doing? Let's get the new Milwaukee portable bandsaw, which is a wicked pisser awesome. Got that thing going, chopped the thing, stood on it, tried to bend it. It bent a little bit, then it came right back, so that didn't work. Fork, oh, I guess I'll use a fork right there. So then I rigged up a thing to drive the mule on top of it, see if the mule engine side would bend it. It bent it, drove off, it bent right back to where it was. So then I was like, I gotta come up with something. This is a spoiler for what the video is going to be. So I ended up taking a rack strap. So now we're going to fast forward to the egg carton being my ramp here. See, here's my egg carton ramp. Been doing this. I've cut here, right, chop. Took a ratchet strap, hooked it down here. Took a block of wood that I had just laying around, because that's how you do it. Put it vertical, put the strap over the top, took the other strap here. Ratcheted the living shit out of it, thus creating tension of the board pushing down. And, yep, got her good, welded her up. I mean, it's not straight, but it's straight. Does that make sense? It's overall straight, but it goes, because like the ramp was so jacked, it's like a W now. So then the other side was also kind of doing, and the way they built that ramp, it's made out of angle iron. They did one angle iron this way, and they did one angle iron that way. Well, the this way one, I cut the web and it opened. A total attention apparently, because like I was like, well, I'm gonna just chop that one and spread it. I mean, I did the first one, thought about it real hard. It worked great. Went to do the second one, didn't think about it very hard, just did it, and it didn't go great because the way that one's tension was, when I made the cut in the angle iron, to relieve the tension, it closed the cut. Well, my fucking bandsaw was in there, and it like pinched the bandsaw. So then, like, of course, on this one, I decided to cut it with the ramp vertical or on its edge, which was kind of sketchy. But I was just gonna make a quick cut, and then like, so now I'm holding the ramp vertical. I'm holding it with my legs, and then the bandsaw's caught. And the ratchet strap's about 2 feet away, and I only got 1 foot of arm length, you know? And I'm like, mighty, it's been a while since I've just stood in a position like, well, this is not, like, something's not ending well. Either I'm going to break the saw, or, you know, it was great. Let's peel some potatoes. Ended up, the saw was like, oh, no. Auto ejected the blade. It was like, no, you're killing me. So it just, like, spit the blade out. It was like, abort, abort, abort. And then once the blade popped out of the thing, it was like, well, the blade's still wedged in there. That's a little easier to handle. So, like, I learned a lesson for in the future, you know, just like, there's a little black lever on that bandsaw. You pop that thing, and then you can just pop the blade right out, and you don't have to worry about, like, I don't know what you worry about. I feel like I was worrying about something. So then I took the angle grinder after, because I had made the cut, and then took the grinder and widened it out, and then did the same thing on that side and kind of straightened him out a little bit. That was nice. And then I had some, you know, plate stuff laying around that was almost the correct width. It was a little short, maybe a eighth to a quarter short on width. So I replaced those straps. Like, yeah, the trailer's dialed, dude. Dialed. I think after breakfast today, I'm going to try to hook the truck up to it and work on those D-rings, because I got my D-rings. That plan's not going very well, because like I was like, well, I'll just weld some D-rings on. Perfect. Order up the D-rings. D-rings come. Went down, took a D-ring to the trailers. Like, well, let's figure out how this is going to work. Set it on there. It's like, oh, due to the nature of the deck being expanded metal lath, there's no good way to weld the bottom side of the D-ring in the orientation that I had anticipated. Like, it doesn't exist. There's no way to get the welder in there. So now I got to figure out, let's do another breakfast diagram. What are we going to do? All right, here. Here's the edge of the angle iron. Here's the deck. I was going to do a D-ring weld here. So, like, the D-ring's like the D-ring, and there's a piece of metal that goes over it. They have both sides of the D-ring, like weld. Well, if I stick that on there, I can get this weld over here. But here, I can't get the weld because the deck's there. So I got to, like, I think what I'm going to have to do is take that bracket and, like, rotate it out and remove a section of that expanded lath so I can get a weld. Because you have to be able to, like, you have to get penetration. It's like, oh my God. It's ridiculous. So, like, I'm hoping to get that taken out. There's 100 other things I should be doing today, honestly. Like hydrating. I need to clean my chimney. I need to get firewood gathered up. But, like, I don't know. I just want to get that trailer so it's just, like, ready to go. I just want to get it ready to go. And for some reason, it is not ready to go. I'm doing, like, potato chunks today, I think, is my plan. They call it, like, country style potatoes. They call it, like, Mom's sick of cutting potatoes, so she just cuts them up. Is that how that works? I think that's where that came from. I think that's the answer. I still need to get that coffee in me. God damn. Oh well. So I haven't welded in a while. I'm shitty at welding. There's no doubt about that. I just heard my fire alarm beeping again. That's been like three weeks. Jesus Christ, I need to get that fixed. Don't worry, I got more than one. It's like down in like the deepest, darkest corner of my basement. I just hate going down there. Like my basement is not. My basement is not a lounge. That's not a place you go to have a good time. That's where like the spiders and the mice live. This is in my basement. Dirt crawl spaces that like anything that has the ability to dig a hole can come right in my house. I know there's like a super highway tunnel of like mouse tunnels. When I tore the old garage down, we pulled up the concrete slab. There was literally mouse superhighways under the entire slab that went from outside under the slab into the inside. Like the mice are like, you know what? I think if I just start tunneling under this slab of concrete here, eventually I'm going to make it to a place where I'm comfortable. It's like, how does a mouse know that? Like, how does a mouse know it could just party under a cement slab and eventually it's gonna work out for him? Like do mice have the ability to do that kind of like structural engineering? It must. I mean, the mouse can sit outside and look at the house. Like, well, there's the house. Look, he's got, what are we gonna call that? We'll call it a garage. That's what the mouse is saying. This is a mouse. Looks like this garage. That thing he drives, that probably we'd call that a car if I'm a mouse. He parks his car in the 2-car garage, and he's got concrete there, because that's what I would call that, as concrete. If I dig a tunnel under all that concrete, I'd probably get lucky and make it into the house. And he did that. Yeah, we found him. It's just like, what the fuck? How does a mouse do that? Like, at what point is all the other mice like, Larry, you're crazy. Stop digging. He's like, no, I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you, just a little farther. Like, a little farther, we'll be in. Like, none of my beeswax. But yeah, that's the thing. So like, it's mouse season. I don't hunt in the wild. I hunt in my house. I lay traps in my house. Mice. That's what I do. fact, I need to check some traps here pretty quick to make sure there's no little unpaid visitors hanging out in the old mouse trap situation. I'm trying to think of all the shit I've caught in my house. It's like camping. It's like camping at my house. I've caught mice. I've caught voles. I've caught shrews. I've caught bats. I swear to Christ, if I saw a raccoon in my house, the first question wouldn't be how did a raccoon get in here? That's not the first thing I would say. Or a possum. Or a woodchuck. I got those on the property, but I've never had one in the house. I'm really surprised I've never had a squirrel in here. That is truly shocking. You would think by now there would be a squirrel situation. I should rinse these potatoes, but I just feel like getting going. What am I going to do? I'm just going to throw these in the fryer and just say full send. Don't give a shit. We're doing true. Oh, I should put oil on them. God damn it. Fucking failing right now. Do I have that sprayer still? Is that thing? Did I fix that? I think I did. Let's see if it works. Yeah. This thing like clogged up and like stopped working. I spent like weeks trying to get that thing going. I still don't know how I fixed it. I just did it long enough it started working again. All right, we'll call it right. Here we go. Power, potato, send. 25 minutes? What the fuck? Okay. Okay. Well, potatoes later. A little multi-course meal with potatoes later. I think I'm gonna have some orange juice. Get the dirtiest cup I own. So yeah, trailer fix. I threw some spray paint on them. I painted the straps up. I primed the straps. Hold on a second. I cut the straps so they would go in. I sanded the straps to get the surface rust off the straps. Let's see what we got here. We got extra pulp, yummy, yummy, my favorite. Extra mustache entrapment. I sanded the strap material. Oh, that's a nice fucking design. Jesus Christ. Made by a fucking Chinese communist, probably. Sanded it, then I primed both sides. Then I made which side was the back side that you can't get spray paint to very easy. And I painted it black. Because I knew when I welded it, it would just like fuck the paint up. But I figured fucked up welded paint's better than no paint, right? Obviously. We're only doing a half a glass because we have to live under the current administration, so you can't have a full glass of orange juice anymore. You have to have your orange juice last twice as long as you drink half. And you have to get a towel, clean your mustache out. It's good for you. So yeah, there's a couple spots where getting the welder in was like basically impossible, so I just said fuck it, just jammed it in there. So there's some terrible welds, by the way. Listen, two things. That can mean I turn the comments off, or it could be a reference to the quality of the comments. Also known as handy capable comments. I just realized I have to use this knife and this cutting board to cut my bacon in half because I have to cook half a bacon. Oh, I should like at least rinse that off, right? Potatoes on my bacon. Ugh. All right. I've got these new sandwich bags that are like extra long. Extra long, like I did believe you can get a bacon in there. Let's put the bacon in there. If I just wedge it just fucking right. Oh yeah, see? We gotta make another day. Chuck that in the back of the old refrigerator. Alright, let's cook some frozen bacon. My personal favorite thing to do. Got my technique mastered. Let's get the light back where it goes so we can see what the holy hell we're doing. So I had to get some push pins for my Honda Talon is built what seems like entirely out of plastic push pins, which is like kind of, I mean, it's cool. It's also like makes it easy to take things apart because you use a screwdriver. But the downside is, car is made out of push pins. That means your car is made out of push pins. So like whatever. And the push pins, you can use them. I mean, they're reusable. You can push pin them out a couple times. The more cautious you are, the more reusable. Obviously, if that makes any sense. But things get broke and shit happens, and it just became blatantly obvious to me that I need more push pins. So I had a moment the other day, and I was like, well, what's up with these push pins? Let's figure this out. Do some research, and people were like, oh yeah, if you go to the dealer, you buy a push pin, $1 for a push pin. Like, that seems not very nice. So I found like 100 push pins for $10 or something. Then I found 150 push pins with a tool for $10. I thought to myself, well, what do you do? Do you get 150 plus a tool for 10, or do you buy 100 for 10? Now, in the scheme of things, the tool's not free. They had to make the tool, so you're paying for a tool, and they're giving you an extra 50% more. Does that either mean the one guy is just ripping you off, or are these a problem? Is there an issue with these things that they're giving you so much shit for the same price? So I said, fuck it. I don't want a free tool and an extra 50. I want good ones, so I went with the 10. And they seem to be okay. They're a little longer than my factory ones, but that's fine. You know, I'm okay with that. Extra ability to grab more shit, I guess. Used them, they work. But apparently we've got a Amazon distribution center just an hour up the road from where I live. It's too bad we don't have one in my hometown. It'd be nice. See, in my mind, if they were to put one of them, they could have covered both the towns, north and south of me, an hour drive each. See, centrally located distribution hub, but what do I know? And it said next day delivery. I was like, next day, Amazon.com. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I cannot believe if I order a thing that my address will get a package the next day. That also influenced my choice whether I was going to buy 150 for $10 with a tool. I have that tool, by the way. Or 100 for $10. And I said, I'll pay $10 for 100, no tool, no extra 50 for next day delivery. Just to see if they can fucking do it. I did order, said it'd be there the next day. Next day was yesterday. Wake up, check my tracking, says nothing. Says not out for delivery, nothing. I'm like, okay. Did the shit in the garage, forget about it, skipped lunch. About 2:30, I'm like, damn, I haven't eaten yet, kind of hungry. Go inside, grab an applesauce or something. While I'm eating my applesauce, well, let's check to see how that delivery's going. At 2:40, it had been out for delivery. And I was like, holy shit, 2:40? Is that late in the day for it to go out for delivery? Something else, I can't remember, something else happened. Check my phone again, and it says, you're 3 houses away from delivery. And I was like, what is that? 3 houses away. And then I look at the map. I'm not even shitting you. On the map, there's a little icon showing you exactly where the dude is. He was like two blocks, or a block over and a block up, block over again in a cul-de-sac. And I was like, that is the creepiest goddamn shit I've ever seen in my fucking life, that they show you the exact location of the driver what could possibly go wrong? So I was like, all right, he's 2 blocks away. It actually kind of worked out, you know, he's 2 deliveries away, 3 deliveries away. My cars were all down the driveway because I was welding. At the time, so I was like, well, let's pull the vehicles up so the dude can like. I got a long driveway, and I was like, I want to be able to let the guy come up to some point, park his car, then back, and I'm like the and I can't do it with my cars there, so like I want to get him out of the way. I go to get him out of the way. Apparently, my battery is not charging correctly, which is not cool at all because I put the battery tester on, and the battery says good, just low voltage, so I got to figure that out. Car wouldn't start. Gave it another try. Started. That's a new thing in my life. I'm pretty excited about. Got the cars moved, and then shortly the dude shows up, and I was like, you know, hey buddy, and he's like, oh hey, are you Elf Shelves? I was like, yes, I sure am. He's like, I got your package. I was like, did you know that your absolute precise location is shown on the website? And yeah, no, I figured that out the other day because like, so he kept noticing that people were like standing in their fucking driveway waiting for him, like I was. He said it was weirding him out, then he finally realized it like lets him know exactly when the ship's going to be delivered. And then he very enthusiastically thanked Jeff Bezos. And then he left. Oh, this is what you call thin cut bacon, kids. Nothing wrong with that. If you like cut bacon, you could have more pieces. And I'm sure that's what they're doing here. You can only have so many pieces of thick cut, but you pieces of thin cut. See? Like if your pizza, have them cut it into more slices, you can have more pieces. My math teacher, who just happened to be the stepfather of a girl I went to school with, which was, how do I describe that either? That was interesting. Because like in my life growing up as a child, I had some friends whose parents were divorced. My friends' parents were not divorced, but there was a couple. And, you know, just, you know, I was not absolutely uninformed how the world worked, but I just had a limited understanding of how the world worked, apparently. Because this girl, with 6th grade, you didn't know everybody yet, but like getting to know people, right? She was a girl in my class who had a first name and a last name, and then at some point halfway through the year, her last name changed to another last name. It was like that threw me for a fucking loop. Like that was a introduction to how the world works that I did not fucking grasp. Because I was like, well, how do you like? I didn't understand. How does your I couldn't comprehend it. Like how does your last name? How your last name changes as a child? And between you and me, I honestly don't even know how that even actually worked. Other than like, she must have got adopted by her new stepdad or something. I have no idea. I just remember that being very fucking confusing. And then she ended up getting married and has a new last name. So I actually know how that even works. She's had 3 last names. Anyways, the math teacher, that's the story I'm telling you. His favorite story was to say when he would, just to fuck with the pizza delivery guy, he'd say, can you cut it into 8 pieces because I don't think we can eat 12. That's a math teacher's humor. And if you're listening to this chat or this video and you don't understand that, the reason that's the math teacher's joke is because a pizza's round and it's 100%. And if you eat the whole pizza, you're eating 100%, whether you eat it in 2 pieces, 8 pieces, 12 pieces, or 16 pieces. It's still 100%. And the guy at the pizza delivery place isn't going to sit there and pontificate the finer things in the, the geometry of the soul in relationship to the portions cut. So there you go. Trip down memory lane. This is going to be like 100 pieces of bacon. I can't believe how many pieces it is. This one. You can almost see that one. I'm going to start cooking some of this. All I ask is that the bacon stays flat. As long as it stays flat, I don't care how thin it is. It's crazy. It's unusable. So far, so good on the flat bacon. Ooh, that one looks like it's a curler. That still has to be cooked, by the way, if you're freaking out. Everybody calm down. But I feel like when it's been cooked together, we have a problem here, Houston. Yeah, I'm just grabbing frying bacon with my bare hand. I'm not going to say I have man hands because I can't say that. I said something sexist last night, and it got pointed out that it was sexist. And I had to just reiterate that, yes, I know it's sexist, that's why I said it. We're getting that, we're kind of getting that weave right there. Ooh, I'm excited for bacon. Bacon, bacon, bacon. There's going to be so many extra pieces because I can't eat this many pieces of bacon. I'm going to have to be cautious. I don't want to overcook this thin stuff. If you overcook that, it turns into like some sort of leftover like nuclear tritus. Kick that heat down just a... Oh yeah. Overcooked bacon. Now, if that makes me wrong, I guess I'm wrong. If that makes me wrong, I don't want to be right. I think they shrunk. What do we think? Before and afters. That's 1, 2, 3 forks wide. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 forks wide. Okay, that's fine. I can't eat bacons if they're too long. I can only eat short bacons. I bet they taste good. I'm excited to try it. I don't want to burn my little fucking lips off though. With boiling hot bacon. All right, here we go. The bacon fork is working flawlessly, by the way. That one's like super thin. We're gonna put him up here on the medium meat. He actually self-flew. Here's Dad's cut. Dad. They put a thin one in for Junior and a thick one in for Papa. Papa don't eat no 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we'll do it like that. I'm gonna try one of these bad boys. That's classic bacon shape. It's not bad. At all. That'd be really good for BLTs, actually. I don't think thick cut in a BLT is, in my personal opinion, is optimal. I truly believe that thin bacon is where it's at on BLT. Some of these potatoes I got actually separated when I cut them. God damn it. I'm gonna let those just mellow for a second. All right, well, I had a fun story from the other day. I was helping a guy out. Something I've been needing to do for a really long time, but never could figure out how to do was help a dude install some giant fucking windows. And the reason they haven't been installed is because these giant windows are on the second story. And I really haven't had any way to get them because they're giant. They are 6 foot by 42-inch double pane. I think they're double pane, maybe triple pane, probably double pane. Fixed windows on the second story. Not much roof in front of the second story. A little bit. And that's been one of them deals where it's like, not sure how that's happening. Don't know how that's happening. Like, I can't carry that up a ladder type. So it's like, we're gonna have to get a piece of equipment to pick. Well, so I'll explain you how it should be. It should be about a 4-person operation minimum. That would be like an operator, an inside person checking shims, and then like 2, maybe 3 people outside. 3 wouldn't be bad. You know, 2 to help, 2 to pick it up, and a 3rd to like come there in case something bad happens. And the dude down the street's building a house, and they had some telehandlers available with a basket. Talking with the guy's like, "Yo, you doing that down there?" And this guy's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Hey, can I hire you to come down here with your telehandler and pick me up in the air so I can put this window in?" He's like, "Yeah, I gotta finish this roof up." And I was like, "No, I get it, 100%. I'm asking you to stop doing your job. I need to, you know, if you could do it when you're not doing your job, like." He's like, "Yeah," and then like the dude like packed his shit up and left, and I never got to do it. Yeah, that's sad. I just said, "Hey, I'll pay you, no big deal. I'm gonna have to hire somebody. You're here with your machine." The expensive part about telehandlers is to move them. It's expensive. You have an 18-wheeler moving them fucking things. Because I heard, dude, he's got an 18-wheeler in. So then whatever. And then like, I finally figured out that dude was just a framer. He was just framing the house. He wasn't the owner of the house. Because there was like pillars there, and I was like, "Well, that's weird." So let's stop by another day. I was like, "Hey, is that your telehandler? Are you the one building this house?" He's like, "Yeah, not only is he building it, it's his house. He's building it for himself." I was like, "Oh, you're the neighbor. Okay, perfect. Can I hire you to help me put a window in?" He's like, "Yeah, no problem. Hit me up next week." I was like, "Cool, man. Appreciate it." Next week comes. I don't want to bother him, so I'm going to go down there like for Monday or Tuesday. Maybe Tuesday. I sent boss man. I was like, "Dude, go down there and talk to that dude." He said this week he'd help us. Shit, you didn't go talk to him. You're his neighbor. He went down there, and he was like, "Yeah, he's setting a pool in maybe Thursday." And I was like, "Perfect, Thursday." Thursday comes, this pool shows up. It's a fucking, it's a 1-piece fiberglass pool on an 18-wheeler. Actually, it wasn't on an 18-wheeler. It was on a giant trailer. A giant truck trailer is what he had it on. And it's a fucking full-size pool, 1-piece fiberglass. What the fuck? That's crazy. Let's see if I can get this thing spun around there. That makes a lot of bacon juice. I might be reserving some of this bacon juice for flavoring potatoes in the future. I feel like wintertime, autumn is good potato eating season. So yeah, hopefully that stops smoking. So anyways, the dude sets the trailer, or sets the, because he's using his telehandler to pick the whole thing up. I'm not trying to hound the guy and be like disrespectful or anything. I just like kind of need to. I'm struggling, to get this window in. It's like the last window I got to get in there, and it's all boarded up and everything because like there's just no way I could do it, so we just boarded it up. So like getting late in the day, and I was like, "Well, let's go out and see what the hell's going on." I go down there, I was like, "Just check to see how that pool went. If the shit went bad, I got you. You gonna come up here and help me?" He goes, "Oh shit, I forgot. Sorry." And he was like putting forms up for. He's like, "We're pouring my driveway tomorrow, and I gotta get this conduct, so we're putting a pad here, so I can't help you today." I said, "How about tomorrow?" I was like, "That's cool. Whenever you can do it." I was like, "When do you want to do it? You want to do it first?" And he was like, "No, not first thing. We'll do it before lunch." And I was like, "That's fine." Lunchtime comes, nothing. early afternoon comes, and I see him down there. He's like loading up a dump trailer. I'm like, oh, dude, he's running trash in a dump trailer today. It's like 3 o'clock. I was like, I'm just gonna go and talk to him. Went down there. I was like, hey. He was actually like talking to some of his employees or whatever for the pool thing, and I was like, just kind of checking in, dude, because like I just got trying to figure out what. I was like, I'm gonna run to the dump. I take care of a couple things, and then I'll be ready to help you. And I was like, cool. I was like, you just you can just go and jump in that thing, and I'll waiting, looking out the window for you. I saw him come up, got in the thing, we put the basket. I ran down and helped put the basket on. That telehandler was so cool. I gotta get a prop again. What do you use for a prop? Find a prop, elves. Here's a telehandler. Whoop. Wrote. So it's a machine. It's got 4 wheels. Wheel. The machine can do this. It can go this way and this way. All 4 can turn independently, so it can crab walk. And then it's got a boom that goes out to a fork. Oh, it's so great. He was such a good operator. Like in my mind, I'm thinking, man, if I could just get this thing like close to the roof where I can like pick this window up that's so heavy it takes 2 people, I'll jump out of the basket onto the roof and just try to get the thing in. Right, that was my plan. I was like, I'll just figure it out. He got that thing up so close. Oh my god, it was so great. Like he got up there 1,000 better than I would ever in 1,000 years have hoped to have gotten. So, oh my god, this still sucked. I think it was so heavy as fuck, but it's in. I mean, there's 2 of them. One's alright. 2 giant fucking windows. I just realized I don't think I can flip that with. I think I need this giant special here. Put some pepper on that. I think those 2 windows were like the last of the impossible things to do. I mean, there's a lot of hard shit to do, but like that was impossible. Like I was like, I don't know how you do that. I mean, there's still some impossible shit, but it's not like impossible because it's impossible to get to. It's impossible because it's impossible to get to and the weight. Like there's some hard, tricky shit to get to still, like and stuff, but that's not like a soffit doesn't weigh as much as those goddamn windows weigh, so it's kind of impossible. I probably haven't stressed anything as hard as I was stressing yesterday afternoon in a long time. The dude, I think he was kind of feeling bad. She came over, like, checked the window. He's like, yeah, you could probably get that yourself. He came over to see if he could even pick the window up. I think he was thinking, like, Jesus Christ, what is this fuck about to do? He's gonna one-man that fucking giant window. I told him, he's like, can you do it? I was like, I don't have a fucking choice. Like, I'm gonna He-Man this shit if I have to. Like, I'll just dig down inside to the lowest pit of all my strength that I have, and I will use that. That's how I'll do it. Like, how else do you do it in life? I mean, I don't have, like, yeah, that's how you do it. You just do it, man. That's how everything gets done. Worst thing can happen. Slip and fall off the roof, break your neck and die? Nah, that only happens in the movies. That ain't gonna happen to me. I definitely did. I actually thought about making a goodbye video in case that did happen. I'm not even joking. I considered it. I was like, should I make a final, like, will and testament statement and record it before I go attempt this fucking absolute batshit crazy maneuver? Like, yeah, another day in my life. Okay, so they pay me the big bucks though, right? In case you're wondering. Potatoes. What else is going on that's fun? Oops, I'm probably shut that off. I opened the gate up to the back area, so I can look at that trailer, move that trailer stuff. Normally that gate's closed. And there was like You can kind of squeeze around the other way with a side-by-side. It's really... Car won't fit, but a side-by-side will. So I'm just like playing around the yard with my towel. I'm usually going around that way because I don't want to deal with the gate locking the padlock and all that shit. But I had the gate open yesterday, and it's like, dude, you start at the mailbox in that fucking Talon, and you can go up that driveway, blaze through the gate, basically you hit an S curve. You hit that gravel up this way, and then you hit, oh my god, dude. I can't imagine what that thing's gonna be like out on the trails. I could do my driveway. If I'm having a bad day, if I get in that town and drive up that driveway at a fucking dangerously fast speed, it is so much fucking goddamn fun. It feels like how it would feel if you were like doing peak or some shit. It's fucking amazing. When I was looking for those two trees to try to bend that ramp back, I had the ramp in the back. The Kawasaki, and I drove up the same route in the Kawasaki. And obviously the Kawasaki, I'm not like trying to like race car it, but like, man, those are vehicles at all. Even in the most remote sense of the idea of vehicles. I really don't know what it is thing too, because like it's not, I think it's 104 horsepower, which, you know, I guess one horse is enough for a horse, right? It's got to be it doesn't weigh much. So like, let's do a little math. I think, I got my paper here and my pencil. So the Talon, we'll just say it's 100 horsepower. It weighs 1,500 pounds. I think my truck has 300 horsepower, but it weighs, what, just shy of 5,000 pounds? Is that what that thing weighs? I'd have to do some division to figure that out. We could do some grocery store division. Dude, this is how my brain works. If you take this out here and make that 300, we just have to take this out to make it 300. Yeah, times 3, right? Times 3. Okay, the 1, 3, 4. So it's got all the same power to weight ratio as my pickup truck. And if you know anything about my pickup truck, I'm not sorry, but that pickup truck is fucking crazy fast. Especially for a pickup truck. Like, that truck's so nuts when you hit the accelerator. And I'm not calling anybody out or anything, because I did the same thing. The first time I got that truck and I dumped the accelerator, the reaction it gave me caused me to lift the accelerator up, because I was like, what the fuck was that? Like, it was like, I'm not the only person. Many people have tried it, and they just, it comes alive. It's just like, what the fuck? Now I know they make faster side-by-side. I'm not trying to say, dude, I got the fastest side-by-side. It's the best. It's the most amazing. I'm not saying that at all, dude. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's fast enough, dude. Like, things relative. Oh no! Oh no! Don't do it! Don't do it, Egg! Oh, he's on the edge. Living on the edge! I mean, when I was a kid back in the late 80s, the family car was a Buick Grand National in a tuxedo, known as a Buick T-Type. was the fastest accelerating car produced in the United States of America. It's the fastest accelerating car in the United States. I believe the, what was it? The Lamborghini Countach or some shit was quicker from 0 to 60. And compared to what they make today, that car's not really that fast. It's not that quick. But at the time, it was like, well, that's crazy. It still feels, I mean, you get that thing, you punch it, it's like, damn, but like, things have changed, you know, like, it's all a relative experience. And I don't know what it is about being in that little car with a roll cage, the size of it. It feels extraordinarily quick. And I think it's also like, it must be like the way the engine and the transmission work. In fact, you have paddle shifters. So I really haven't really been in depth on that car yet. I did a little bit with the live stream that I did, and it was a shit live stream, but like, one of the neatest things about that, you have two transmission modes. You have automatic and you have full manual, right? And in full manual, they're giving you full manual. With the exception is if you're in fourth gear and you stop, it auto puts it into first gear. But if you're driving along and you want third gear and you're holding third gear, you don't give a shit. You're staying in third gear. It doesn't go to the top of third and give you fourth. Nope. You just get rev limiter and it goes bang, 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 bang. So like, is it a fucking manual transmission? It's like, pew, pew, pew. You can slam through. The thing that's so cool is when you're in automatic mode, you can use the paddle shifters in auto. So like when you're in automatic mode and it's just doing its thing, if you're like going down a hill and like the RPMs aren't the way you want them to sound, you can just paddle shift. You can shift if you want to. It'll just pop it into the gear for you. That's awesome. You don't have to like stop it like, I prefer to shift my own gears. You put it in my own gears mode. No. It lets you do that. And the other thing it's hard for me to experience it, but I've been reading about it, is the machine will, on the fly, as you're driving, it takes note of what you're doing. It notes how much you're giving it. It notes how much braking force you're applying. It notes your steering. And it shifts it adjusts the shift points to optimize the experience that you're trying to have. So if you're just tooling along, not hammering on it, just like driving, it's not going to give you high revving shifts. It's like, oh, he's just like hanging out in the neighborhood. And then you're like, hey, let's get going. And you start ripping it like a race car. It's like, oh, all right, it's time to go. It's going to start, it adjusts for that. I guess it's super neat. And it's also sport mode. Like in sport mode, it takes RPMs higher. But the power thing is like, you don't have to wrap it out. I think like, what is it, the Yamaha, what is it, XYZ or whatever the hell that thing is. High RPMs to get the full chooch, because that's like a manual transmission, I think. Like you actually have a clutch. I really don't know for sure, but oh man. I did a run up last night and I was like, dude, I gotta get a GoPro on this thing before I hit a tree. At least I can do video of it. So that's like today's goal. See if I can figure out how to mount a GoPro. Charge that GoPro up actually, I think about it. It's crazy. It's so crazy. You're crazy. Oh well. Anywho, I feel like we've gone our 60 minutes. Let's raise this up. So I was just thinking about what I'm going to do today. Is like, do I actually have time to go GoPro? I need to get that trailer welding done and get that just finished with. I don't have. Hey, wait a second now. Bunch of goddamn weirdos. Looking in my cabinets. I'm gonna eat a bacon on camera. It's delicious bacon. Mmm, bacony. Okay, well, go fix the thing that you need fixed. Ooh, bran flakes. They're good for you. Go fix a thing, go build a thing, go get ready for a thing, whatever you gotta do. I'm gonna do some stuff. Oh, this is too long. All right. Peace. Oh, we're like a minute and a half away. I gotta blabber for a minute and a half. All right. Until next time, thanks for watching. If you caught it, that's awesome. If you caught the re-upload, even better. If you missed it, you don't know. Peace.